Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about running on Zwift. I recently downloaded Zwift mostly to use my bike trainer, but there is also the availability of running on Zwift. And so I've been doing that as well, and I have some thoughts on it, things I want to talk about, maybe get some answers to. So if you are more knowledgeable about running on Zwift than I am, maybe you can help me understand a few things. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you do, give it a thumbs up. If you have comments or suggestions, or you know how to handle some of these issues I'm having, drop it in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So first and foremost, Zwift is a paid service if you are looking to ride your bike. So you need a smart trainer and a subscription, which is $14.99 a month. I'll double check and I'll put it on the screen, but I think that's what I'm paying right now. But if you want to use Zwift just for running, you can, and you don't have to pay a subscription fee. So if you have certain types of Garmin watches, mine doesn't work, but my husband's and my son do, you can use your Garmin watch as your heart rate monitor and to get all your data up on your screen. If you don't have certain Garmin watches, you can get the Zwift Pod. It's attached to my shoe. I'm not taking it off because it's a pain in the ass to put back on. So this is the Zwift Pod. Once you sign up, I paid $20 for it. If you don't sign up, it's like $40. And my first question is it $40 only if you don't have Zwift? Like, if you sign up, does it automatically go on sale for $20? Because as soon as I signed up, it was on sale for like 20 bucks. So I bought one. It goes on your shoelaces. They tell you to put it down here at the bottom. So that's where I have mine. And this leads me to my second question. I set my treadmill to 5.1 to 5.5 miles an hour, especially if I'm doing a long run. And I feel like my treadmill and Zwift are always really like different. I understand that there's hills and declines and things like that they're adjusting for using your body weight, your metrics, and the game design. I understand all that. My question is, why is my treadmill and this thing so different? I don't understand. I have noticed if I change my gait, it adjusts and gets the Zwift closer to what my treadmill says. But the problem is that is adjusting my gait, which makes me a little bit uncomfortable. It makes my knees hurt. It makes my ankles hurt. So I am a shuffle runner. So I keep my feet as close to the ground as possible, and that works for me. It keeps me pain free. I can run for a long time. Zwift wants a high step, so it wants you to almost, so if you're running this way, it wants almost more of a butt kicking action. So instead of running with my feet down here, which is what my body likes and it keeps me injury free, it wants me to pick my feet up really high like this, which my body doesn't like. Now, I understand wanting you to do that on a downhill because that is how you would run in real life on a downhill. You're going to lean back a little bit more and your feet are going to come up to stabilize you. I understand that. That makes sense. I don't understand why it wants me to run like that all the time. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it higher on my laces since my feet don't come up as high. Maybe that'll help. Maybe, I don't know. So I'm going to try that. I don't know, because even when I book it, if I bump up my treadmill to like 6 miles an hour, it really doesn't seem to solve the problem. So all I can figure is it's because my feet aren't coming up high enough, but when they come up high enough, it's changing my gait and it's causing me pain. So I don't know. But those are my biggest issues. All of that aside, all of my issues aside, if you can answer some of my issues, please drop in the comments below. I'd love to figure it out because I want to continue to run on Zwift, but I don't know if I want to keep like not being comfortable. I'm trying to train for a half marathon. I'm using Zwift so I don't have to go outside because it is 105 degrees, you guys. Like, it's hot. I don't want to go outside and run, but I can't figure out how to not hurt. So let me know. Other than that, so, like I said, if you are purely running on Zwift, if you never hook up a bike trainer, if you never go into the bike routes, it is free. except for this. So you either have to have a Zwift pod or one of the Garmin watches. If I can remember what kind of watch my husband and my son have, I'll put it here because I know that one will connect to your Zwift and you can use that for all the data. I think there's a couple other ones. Do a quick Google search to see if your watch is included. I don't know about anything outside of Garmin. If you know about Apple Watches, a Wahoo watch, if those work, post it in the comments below so other people can have that information. So outside of all of the issues, I enjoy running on Zwift. I think the environments are fun. I prefer running in Watopia. Right now, the options for real world places are on my Zwift currently at this moment. In the future, this is probably not going to be the same. Right now, you can run in London or Richmond, Virginia, I'm guessing. My son was like, what about Richmond, Texas? I was like, nobody thinks Richmond, Texas when you hear Richmond. You think of Virginia. So you can run in these environments. It gives you a breakdown. It's the same routes, I believe, as cycling. So you'll get the same breakdowns of like elevation, how difficult or easy the routes are. You can still use the messenger to chat with other Zwifters who are nearby. You can still give ride-ons, which is funny because you're running, like they make no differentials. It's almost like running is kind of an afterthought because all the descriptions, even when you're in the little run section on the bar, there's ride and run. When you click on run and you go to the locations and the routes and stuff like that, they're also giving you bike parameters. Even though you're in running, it's like running is kind of a secondary, like an afterthought. They're like, oh, people could still run on here. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm glad that they offer it for free, with the addition of either having a watch or buying the run pod. I enjoy it. If I can figure out how to not hurt while I'm running, I plan to keep using it. The environments are engaging. Overall, people seem to be nice. I enjoy the ability to still be a part of clubs and group activities. You can still do group runs. USAT did a group run the other day. So you can still be a part of all of those, I do believe. I already have a membership, so I don't know how much of this is skewed. If you only run on Zwift, leave a comment down below if you can still join clubs, anything like that. I'm hoping we can have this kind of be a community video in case people want to know about running on Zwift. I didn't even know it was an option until I signed up for Zwift and I had already given them my money, finding out that I could run for free. So my son runs on Zwift for free because he already has a watch. So other than that, I enjoy the availability of, you can still do KOMs, QOMs, King of the Mountain, Queen of the Mountain. You saw all these things available to you, and it does try to simulate the way that you would run. So if you're running on an incline, it does reward you for picking your feet high step, so kind of a goose step, the way you would run up a hill, and you get your speed rewards that way. Going downhill at a negative, you'll see in their corners that has the inclines as like a big red number or a negative. Negative means you're going downhill. When you're running on a downhill in Zwift, bringing your feet up behind you and leaning back is how you get your speed reward while running on a fixed speed object like your treadmills or whatever. So the way you move does give you speed rewards, but I don't feel like it's proportional to what you're actually outputting, because I feel like this thing is not real accurate. What I need to do is grab my son's watch, and I'll do an updated video because I'll do this. I'll take his watch and I will do a Zwift run on my treadmill using the metrics from a watch versus the run pod, and we'll do an updated video and see which one I feel like is more accurate. But that's that. So more information, just if you don't know, if you have a Strava or you use Garmin, you can connect your Zwift pod or your Zwift account in general to your Garmin and your Strava, and you can get your results that way. If you're doing that, if you're using a Garmin, don't set your don't track the activity in your watch. It will be shared through your Zwift account, and if you track it in your watch while running Zwift, it's going to give you two results. So you'll get one from your watch, you get one from your Zwift, or do both and see which one is more accurate. Let me know if you do this. Put a comment down below. Let me know which one was more accurate, because my Garmin watch is calibrated to my treadmill, so I'd be interested to see how that works. And when I do an updated video, I'll do all of these things and we will talk about it then. So overall, here's my takeaway. I like that Zwift is available for people who just want to run, and that you can either use your watch or buy this run pod, which I think is just automatically going to go on sale once you have an account, and it will be $20. I could be wrong. If you paid $40, let me know. It just seemed weird that as soon as I signed up, it was half off. So I like Zwift for running. I love it for riding my bike. If you are looking at it for bike training, it's worth the $15 a month. I do like it. I think there are things that either I need help understanding or maybe need to be updated. I have heard mixed reviews about the Run Pod. A lot of people don't think it's accurate. Some people love it. Some people say it doesn't work at all. They've had to have them replaced. I don't know. Mine works, but it's just so different than what my treadmill is telling me that I'm really struggling to want to run with Zwift. Con, it makes me change my gait to try and get to the numbers that I feel like it should be showing, which is really uncomfortable, especially if you're an older adult and your body has learned to run a certain way. Changing your gait can lead to a lot of injuries. My ankle hurts. I don't normally have shin splints. I'm starting to get them. So there's that. Really, the con is that I don't understand why it is seeming to be as inaccurate as it is. So anyway, I know this video is a little bit rambly. I'm just trying to get my thoughts out and maybe have a conversation with some of you who use Zwift for running, because I'm afraid other people might be having the same issues. So that's kind of the whole point of this video. But overall, I like it. I think there are some things that we could do better, and I will do an updated video in a couple weeks where I try it against my watch or my son's watch and the Run Pod and kind of see where we are. So those are my overall thoughts, first impressions of using Zwift for running. I've been doing it for a couple weeks now. So these are really kind of first blush thoughts. I'm not shitting on anybody. I'm not shitting on Zwift. I love that they have an option for people who want to run and want the Zwift experience. I think it's really fun. I think you can meet some nice people. I am part of a wonderful group that is very active, and I'm very happy to be there, and I really like the friends that I've made on Zwift. I really like the group aspect. I like that it is a safe way for people to feel like they're having group rides and group runs without having to be on the road with a bunch of fucking psychos who'd rather run over a bicyclist than to let them pass. So I like Zwift. Please don't get me wrong. There are just things that I don't understand, or maybe it's user error on my end for Zwift running. So, I know this is a weird rambly video, and I hope you stuck around, and if you have some answers from me or other people's, any Zwift running tips and tricks, tools of the trade, leave it in the comments below, and we will revisit this video in a few more weeks. So this is kind of a group think troubleshooting video, but thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, turn on your subscription, and leave some good, useful information in the comments. Or if you have a request for videos you'd like to see, you can go ahead and leave that as well. Next video will be a first blush, under 20 miles, and first impression of the Lululemon Blissfeel sneakers. I'm going to film that tomorrow, and that will be up in a few weeks. So, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye, guys.